So, I'm going to be broadcasting this week and going forward, doing a mixture of live casts, pre-recorded items on the markets, general information about glossary, terms used with trading, commodities, ETFs in general, because that is the products that I like to trade because they're reasonably cheap and they have a limited downside because you're spreading the risk across a number of stocks and targeting a particular sector or thematic or index, or you can pick sort of very specific indexes, countries, and so on. Also, I'll be looking at stocks of interest, not just the actual sort of charts and dividends and other information, but more of a background of what they're working on and some of the reasons why I like them. The other thing that eventually I want to do is sort of some videos where I like to sort of identify where the best price or limit order and stop order to put in, because the market can be irrational, it can be crazy, so you have to manage where you're going to buy. You don't just say, I like a particular stock, and you go out when the market is open and buy it. There are a lot of tools out there that will analyze which month is best to buy in, whether there are any seasonal variations. It'll give you an idea of when the next dividend is going to be paid, when the next time it will be reported, as well as there are some systems that can give you a rough idea of what probability is of the best time to get in the market, a particular day of the week or the particular time of day. So there's a lot of things that I want to talk about, and effectively the main thing I'm interested in is the thematics, the new wave of different ways that the world is moving, and the particular companies that can benefit from that the most, as well as identifying commodity plays, as well as there are some fantastic sort of dividend plays, because it's not always about sort of looking at some short daily or weekly gains. It's looking at sort of buy and hold strategy with some of the companies that you just love, so that you can get some massive returns, as well as having a bedrock to the portfolio, which gives you a dividend yield either yearly, quarterly, or monthly. So I'll be looking at that for a portfolio that you can use to actually give you a reasonable return in retirement, because I think you're still going to have a portfolio, but it's the way you manage it that you're still probably going to have those companies that are going to still go up enormously and may not pay a dividend, but you still want that comfort factor of actually having a dividend coming in and it's paid, but also making sure that the dividend is paid and the company that you purchase isn't going down by the amount of dividend that you receive, or the probability that the price will go down. Um, you want something of a mixture where you're getting a healthy dividend and you're potentially getting a pretty healthy uh, movement in the stock. Or there have been some stocks that I've seen that you get a very healthy trajectory up as well as a trajectory on the dividend. There are some companies that just want to pay the same dividend. There are other ones that will sort of really be there for you and slowly increase the dividend as well as the price slowly trudging up, where you want something, the the tortoise products, as I call them, of probably the things to have as well as the hares, because with the hares you've got the issue that you might do very well, but also you have to be aware that if something is getting away from you, you've timed the entry point incorrectly, you really need to either nip it in the bud or to have a trading strategy which will say, okay, I just won't ever have a stop loss. I'll just wait for the market to return. Any that really fall by the wayside, you're more than happy to sort of cull yearly or quarterly. And of course, that will sort of limit the potential profit you're going to have, or you're going to have a culling of sort of 5, 10, 15, 20%, depending on the type of stock, which will then make it sort of quite difficult. But I have seen some stocks that sort of, as soon as they start falling, they just carry on falling and falling and falling. And before you know it, you're down sort of 90%. And if a stock has gone down 50%, it takes 100% to get back where it was. So just by sort of getting back where you are, you've got a lot of work to do. So I will be getting a number of different things on board. I'm hoping to get at least sort of 5 or 6 videos a day to begin with, and then probably do a couple a day, because I want to breach the actual YouTube limits to start with. So please, can you actually make a comment of what you want me to follow? Subscribe to this group and look forward to a lot of different varied company. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you later in the Garage Lab. Thank you very much. Goodbye.